To integrate Azure SQL with a virtual network, follow these best practices for secure and efficient connectivity. First, understand the key concepts involved, including virtual networks, subnets, and network security groups. A virtual network is a logical isolation of the Azure cloud, while a subnet is a segment of the virtual network. Network security groups act as virtual firewalls to control inbound and outbound traffic. Next, plan your virtual network architecture. Considering the number of subnets, IP address ranges, and network security group rules required, ensure your virtual network has a valid IP address range and a subnet dedicated to Azure SQL. Configure network security group rules to allow inbound traffic on the necessary ports, such as port 1433 for default SQL Server communications. To integrate Azure SQL with your virtual network, create a virtual network rule in Azure SQL, specifying the virtual network and subnet to allow access. This rule grants the virtual network access to Azure SQL, while network security group rules control traffic flow. Ensure the virtual network and subnet are correctly configured to allow Azure SQL traffic. Best practices include using a dedicated subnet for Azure SQL, restricting inbound traffic to necessary ports, and regularly reviewing network security group rules. Additionally, use Azure SQL firewall rules to further restrict access to specific IP addresses or ranges. Monitor your virtual network and Azure SQL performance, adjusting configurations as needed to maintain optimal connectivity and security. By following these best practices and steps, you can securely and efficiently integrate Azure SQL with your virtual network, ensuring reliable and high-performance connectivity for your applications. Regularly review and update your configurations to maintain the security and integrity of your Azure environment.